Hi, this is Mrs. Copleen. I'm sorry I can't be here in person to talk with you, but I've made this video to get you started. So to find some really great resources for your science project, I've got two things to share with you. The first thing is here at our library website, which is at waukeshawestlibrary.org. Make the screen a little bigger here. Oh, I can't. And about a third of the way down, there is a place called Information Resources and Databases. I'm going to click on that. And when I click on that, then you can see here there's a section called Science. And I'm going to click on that Science section. Now, first thing I want to share with you is that when you use our databases, you may need usernames and passwords if you use them outside of school. Inside of school, they work fine. You probably need a password for outside. Right here is where you're going to see those passwords. Just click on Students. If you're logged into Chrome, it'll open up the document for you. So these are all great examples of resources that you can use for just general science. Okay, so this one has images and videos. These are articles. This one has AP practice. So there's lots of different topics here. These are all ebooks you can read. Okay. What I'm going to show you today, though, is I've narrowed that down a little bit. And so now I'm going to go on the side here where the navigation is to this class project resources link. It's one of the ones that isn't a paw print. And I'm going to click here on Science. And I have a DNA project here, which I'm kind of thinking is the same project that you're working on. Okay. On this page, I have a few things that I've already talked about. This is a link to all our science resources. This is the link to the password, so you can get it right here, okay? And I believe I also shared this with your teacher, so they may have put it in Blackboard, so you may find it there as well. So the first one I want to share with you is called Today's Science, okay? And this is just a database that has really interesting topics that are sort of happening right now. So if I just quickly search for DNA, I'm going to find quite a few articles, okay? And you can see it goes back quite a way. I can tell it just to show me the ones from 2015. So I'm going to look at this article about dinosaur DNA and open it up. So right here is the article. I can download it or I can email it, I can print it out, whatever. The one thing that I do want to share with you, obviously I feel confident that these are really good resources, but this particular resource I know is good for another reason. It's one of the ways that I kind of judge resources, and that is that it shows you how to cite the resource. Okay, so in this particular, in Today's Science, the citation information is at the end of the article. And if you click on APA, it will change it to the format that I think you're probably using for your paper. And then you just have to highlight it and copy and paste it into your paper. Okay, so this is Today's Science. Another article, place you can find articles is this one called the Science Reference Center. Now this one is a little bit different. This is not one that I pay for you, so these passwords really won't work. If you notice here, though, it's talking about this is a Badger Link database. And so what you're going to do when it asks you for your library card, you choose Waukesha School District as your library card, and your ID number is your library card number, okay, if you need to access this from home. Sometimes it'll work from home, sometimes it won't. So I'm going to go here into the Science Reference Center. And this one's a little bit different. This one is searching many, many articles over time. So if I do my DNA search here, and you may want to be more specific, I'm just kind of showing a real quick search. One thing you're going to want to look here is make sure it says HTML full text or any kind of full text. If it doesn't say that, you won't be able to read the article. Okay. The other thing that's real important here is that you get this slider on the side, because we've got articles about DNA going back to the 1950s. So if you move this slider over, you'll get more recent articles. It will change what articles you see. Okay, so we'll look for an article. We'll just click on that and it should open up for us, and here's the article. Now again, one reason that we know this is a really good database is it's showing us where we can get the citation for it. So again, here's the article. I can read the article. And then right here where it says cite, if I click there on cite, I just need to choose here for APA, and then I'm just going to copy it just like that and paste it into my paper. Okay, so that is Science Reference Center. The last one I want to share with you that you might find helpful is completely different. These are all articles that have appeared usually in scientific magazines or other blogs or things like that. The one that we're going to look at right now are ebooks. So I'm going to click here on the Gale Virtual Reference Library, and these are ebooks that we purchase and that you can read right online. Now here are all the individual books listed, and these are similar to the ones that were listed at the bottom of that science research page. The really nice thing about this particular way to look at our ebooks is this: if I search for DNA, I'm not looking in just one of the ebooks, I'm looking in several of them at the same time. So for instance, here's an article about how DNA is used in evidence in courtrooms. So maybe that might be of interest to you. Or here's one about how it's used in criminal justice. So maybe not just the courtroom, but also the as we look for criminals and stuff. This is an article about genetic disorders. Okay, so all of these have to do again with different DNA. And again, when you go to the article, oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. Sorry about that. I should have clicked on the article title. I'll do this one. Okay, so here's the article. You can read it. And again, you have the citation here. So if I'm going to click on citation, and I'm going to choose APA, and again, I'm just going to copy and paste that into my report. All right. So those are the three that I would recommend for this project. I also put a link here to something called EasyBib. And what you can use EasyBib for, if you do choose to Google, just Google for DNA. Let's see. Maybe we'll look at that one. Oh, we don't want Ancestry.com. I should have seen that ahead of time. Let's take a look at that one. Oh, this is from a textbook. That's too long. I should have had this figured out. Okay, this is a pretty good article. Now, if you can't easily find a citation, you may be able to copy and paste it and use EasyBib. And when you copy and paste, basically what you're going to do is take the article address and I don't know. I'm trying to find an article I think would work really well. This will be a good one. Okay, so this is from a newspaper, a real respected newspaper called the New York Times. Okay, so now I'm going to highlight that and copy it, the address, and I'm going to paste it here into EasyBib. And that just comes up. You can log in, but you have to create your login at school. Now I'm going to click Cite It here. Okay, and they're telling me they think this is a credible site, and I can click Continue, and it's figured out all the information that it needs to know. Now sometimes it has a hard time figuring that out. If any of these boxes was outlined in red, it would be a sign that it didn't know the answer to that, and that's something we would try to have to figure out and fill in the box. Like if it couldn't figure out the title of the website or the author of the article, we would want to try and figure that out by looking in the article and seeing the author. Okay, but once we have all that information filled out, we can click on Create Citation, and it's in MLA, so if I click APA, it will change it for me. And now again, I can copy and paste that into my paper. So you have some really good places to get started here. You should be able to copy and paste citations, but if not, you know how to get them here. If you have any problems, please come up and see me in the library. I'll be back in on Wednesday, and we can help you figure it out.